At first glance, it looks impossible. A wild warthog lies completely still, while tiny mongooses climb across its face, around its eyes, and even inside its ears. In the African savanna, where every second can mean survival or death, why would such a cautious animal allow this? The answer begins with an enemy almost too small to notice. As the morning sun warms the dry grasslands, parasites awaken. Ticks crawl through coarse hair, searching for thin skin where they can feed unnoticed. One or two may seem harmless, but dozens can weaken an animal over time, draining blood and increasing the risk of infection. For a warthog, removing every tick alone is nearly impossible. Thick bristles, deep skin folds, and hard-to-reach places create perfect hiding spots. Around the ears, behind the jaw, and near the eyes, tiny parasites can remain attached for days. But the savanna has created an unexpected solution. A family of dwarf mongooses emerges from a nearby termite mound. Normally, these energetic hunters spend their day chasing insects, spiders, and small reptiles. Yet today, their attention is focused on something much larger than themselves. The warthog doesn't run. Instead, it lowers its head and remains surprisingly calm. One mongoose carefully steps onto its shoulder before climbing toward its face. Another searches through the thick mane, sniffing with remarkable precision. What follows looks almost unbelievable. One by one, the mongooses begin plucking swollen ticks from the warthog's skin. Each parasite becomes an easy meal. The warthog barely reacts, even as tiny paws move across its eyelids and ears. To an outside observer, it appears to be trust. In reality, it is something even more powerful. It is a partnership shaped by survival. Neither animal understands kindness the way humans do. They simply recognize opportunity. The mongooses gain a dependable source of nutritious food, while the warthog receives help reaching parasites it cannot easily remove itself. In one corner of the African wilderness, two very different species have discovered that cooperation can be just as valuable as competition. But this peaceful moment is more fragile than it seems, because every creature feeding on the warthog attracts attention, including predators watching from the surrounding grass. The mongooses work quickly. Their sharp eyesight easily detects the rounded bodies of feeding ticks hidden among the warthog's rough hair. With fast, precise bites, they remove each parasite before moving to the next. Every successful search rewards them with another protein-rich meal. The warthog, meanwhile, remains astonishingly patient. Only an occasional ear flick or gentle shift reminds the busy cleaners that their client is still very much alive. This relationship is not permanent. It happens only when both sides feel safe enough to allow it. A startled warthog can leave without warning, and nervous mongooses will instantly retreat to the nearest cover. Life on the savanna rarely stays peaceful for long. While the cleaning continues, every mongoose pauses every few seconds to scan the landscape. Unlike the larger warthog, these tiny mammals survive through constant vigilance. Hawks circle overhead. Jackals patrol the open ground. Even snakes can become deadly threats. Each member of the group shares the responsibility of watching for danger. If one spots movement, a sharp alarm call can send the entire family racing toward shelter in less than a heartbeat. The warthog also depends on awareness. Although equipped with powerful tusks, capable of defending against attackers, it prefers avoiding conflict whenever possible. Its excellent sense of smell often detects danger before its eyes can. Even while lying still for the mongooses, its nose continuously samples the wind. The cleaning session may last only a few minutes, but those minutes matter. Removing dozens of blood-feeding parasites reduces irritation and helps protect damaged skin from becoming infected. For an animal that spends much of its life rooting through dirt and thorny vegetation, healthy skin is an important defense. Yet the greatest challenge facing both species has nothing to do with ticks. Hidden beyond the waving grass, another hunter has begun to notice the unusual gathering. And unlike the mongooses, this predator isn't searching for insects. A lioness rarely wastes energy. She studies every movement before deciding whether an attack is worth the risk. From a distance, a resting warthog appears vulnerable, but appearances can be dangerously misleading. Without warning, one mongoose freezes. Its body becomes rigid. Its nose points toward the grass. A single alarm chirp breaks the silence. Instantly, the cleaning ends. The mongooses explode in every direction, disappearing into bushes and abandoned burrows, almost faster than the eye can follow. Moments later, the warthog springs to its feet with surprising speed. There is no panic, only practiced instinct. Its tail rises like a flag as it races across the open ground, heading toward the safety of a familiar burrow. The lioness hesitates. Healthy adult warthogs can inflict serious injuries with their razor-sharp tusks. An unsuccessful attack could leave the predator wounded, making future hunts even harder. After a few tense seconds, she abandons the chase. The danger passes as quickly as it arrived. Gradually, the mongooses begin reappearing from their hiding places. Their confidence returns one cautious step at a time. The warthog eventually resumes feeding nearby, digging beneath the soil for roots, bulbs, and other underground plants. The partnership has survived another interruption. Neither species owes the other loyalty. Tomorrow they may never meet again, but whenever parasites become plentiful and conditions feel safe, this remarkable exchange can begin all over again. It is one of countless quiet agreements that help shape life across the African wilderness, relationships that rarely make headlines, yet influence survival every single day. Nature is often described as a battlefield where only the strongest survive. But scenes like this reveal a more complete story. Success in the wild is not always built on strength, speed, or sharp teeth alone. Sometimes survival depends on recognizing an opportunity that benefits everyone involved. The warthog cannot easily remove every parasite from its own body. The mongooses never ignore an easy meal. Without planning or negotiation, evolution has connected their needs in a way that rewards both sides. These brief encounters also remind us that ecosystems function through thousands of invisible relationships. Remove one species, and the balance begins to shift. Parasites increase. Food sources disappear. Predators and prey adjust in ways that ripple far beyond what we can immediately see. Even the smallest creature can influence the health of much larger animals. As evening shadows stretch across the savanna, the warthog disappears into its burrow, while the mongooses return to the safety of their colony. Tomorrow will bring new predators, new dangers, and new opportunities. The cleaning session is over, but the ancient partnership continues, written not by friendship, but by millions of years of adaptation in one of Earth's most demanding landscapes. If you enjoyed exploring this remarkable survival strategy and want to discover more incredible wildlife stories from around the world, be sure to subscribe and join us for the next adventure.